Mr. Chairman, if I can just talk a little bit about the oversight, congressional oversight of DHS while we're waiting. I think everybody knows currently there's 100 congressional committees and subcommittees that have some sort of jurisdiction over DHS, and that puts a real burden on DHS, and fracturing congressional oversight means no oversight, in my opinion. The complexity of this system, I think, has led to gridlock and gaps in oversight, inefficient oversight, and I think it's a legitimate question on what we're doing that results in national security challenges. So lack of oversight, in my opinion, results in a failure of the system to be the best that it can be as we tackle our national security challenges. So I want to thank you for incorporating the DHS metrics report in your substitute amendment. I think it will go a long way in providing additional oversight, additional information that we need to do our jobs. And so by making the metrics available to Congress, I think we'll have a better understanding of the scope of the problem. I also want to express my support for your congressional commission. I know none of us like commissions, and you and I have talked about that before, but sometimes they're essential in terms of having a narrowed focus and making sure that that work gets done and it's not left to regular order. And I think this is important enough to have a commission that helps look at streamlining efficiency and congressional oversight. And so I want to thank you for doing this. I think it's critical, as I mentioned in the past, one of the recommendations in the 9/11 Commission, as they required the consolidation of these agencies, was that we have some kind of authorization oversight process. We've never done it, and I think that not only has national security suffered as a result, but the agencies suffered as a result because, you know, they're taking incoming from 100 committees, and, you know, how do you manage that? And it's much, this focus, I think, has to be, this issue has to be brought back into focus. But the one thing that's frustrating to me is this is the Homeland Security Committee, right? And we have to begin that process of gathering up the responsibilities that we have and getting them back into this committee. And I think that by not having this authorization process, I think it has weakened not only the agency, but it's weakened the oversight of this committee. So I applaud you for taking this on, Mr. Chairman.
I appreciate you working with me on this and your support on this. I mean, this authorization, I think, just shows the dysfunction. We could not get that memorandum of understanding. Okay. We only have a certain part of this. And I think the House has done a really excellent job. You know, the committee, working with those committee chairmen, moving this authorization. One of the things that was not present in that was the consolidation of the reporting structure. Right. And so I appreciate your support for a process that will hopefully take a look at that, and hopefully we can move that forward in committees of jurisdiction where it's pretty marginal, they've got other things to work on, would be willing to release some of that jurisdiction so that the department can really focus on its primary mission, which is keeping this nation safe, rather than reporting to way too many committees in Congress. Again, oversight's important, but it needs to be streamlined. Do we know where Senator Carper is yet? He's walking, okay. That's great. Anybody else want to have any comments?
That's a good question.
We forgot to ask.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, just to pass, and then we'll recess.
Well, I think if we get Harper here, I mean, I think we get some kind of. Do we get some kind of prize?
Yeah, we should.
Candy.
We're looking at
No,
the minority.
we're offering
Valentine's.
And we're looking at the minority and who's carrying these nominations.
Yeah.
It looks like to me. I mean, I thought we were obstructionists.
You're all
Looks
getting.
like to me the only way this nomination goes is because the Democrats are showing up.
This is the beauty of this committee, the nonpartisan cooperative nature of this committee is.
Yeah, well, listen.
And
Saying
before-
if it wasn't for us showing up this morning, you wouldn't have a process at all.
And before you got here, I was talking about awarding points
There
to the
you
people.
go.
You know, starting out with 10 and then 9, 8, 7. You probably got about 6.
I did.
We don't know what they can be redeemed for. We're hoping amendments.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
How many
Is
points per
that
amendment?
what? How many points per amendment, Mr. Chairman?
Like I said, what we use are points. That's a secret.
That's a secret.
I would note, Mr. Chairman, it's primarily more junior senators who are here as well, just for what it's worth. So.
We do need to find out when he's going to be here because we got to get.
Just
Okay.
Our class, look at that, 3.
Oh, brag.
Who's next to you?
And he was here, he got points as he walked in, and then he turned tail and walked away, and his points were,
Taken away promptly.
they were,
Who's
They
keeping
were.
track of these points?
We are.
Mr. Chairman? Is it your celestial logbook up there, right? He does? He has a list. James, how many points do you have?
Secret, yes.
Yeah, it's
Points are
double secret,
double secret.
double secret list. I think you and I should get the most amount of points, because we're good attenders. So is Peters.
I am good too. yeah.
And so is Kamala. I think you need to go through the list and find out who the attenders are. We know. Listen, do you hear that? Oh, we know.
Yeah,
We know.
Duly noted.
Duly noted. Oh, we know.
so he may not get too many points, but he gets the huzzas.
It's the
for-
abiding affection of all of us who want to get out of here.
Right, Tom.
Thanks for coming, Senator Carper.